Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your body just forgot how to move? You reach for your coffee, maybe stretch a little, and feel that familiar ache in your joints, that sluggishness in your muscles. It's not pain, just this quiet heaviness. And you wonder, was I always this slow? Maybe you used to walk with confidence, take the stairs without thinking twice, or carry groceries without needing to stop halfway. But now those moments feel like memories. You watch old photos of yourself laughing with friends at a family gathering, dancing at a wedding, chasing grandkids around the yard, and you think, that was me once. Where did that energy go? You're not alone in asking these questions. So many seniors feel this way, not because they don't want to be strong, but because somewhere along the way things started to shift. And sometimes it's not just age. Sometimes it's what we eat. What if I told you that something as simple as a snack, something you thought was harmless, could actually be quietly stealing your strength day by day? Because here's the truth. Aging doesn't have to mean weakness. In fact, with the right choices, you can reclaim your vitality, your independence, your joy. So, let me ask you, how do you want to age? Not just survive, but truly live. There's something deeply personal about the way we age. It's not just about wrinkles or slowing down. It's about how we feel in our own skin. It's about whether you can still walk your dog without needing to sit halfway down the block. Whether you can play with your grandkids without worrying you might fall. Whether you wake up each morning feeling like you still have a full life ahead of you, not just time left to pass. And yet, so many seniors are waking up every day feeling weaker than the last. Not because they're destined to lose their strength, but because something they do daily is quietly working against them. Something most people overlook entirely: what they eat between meals. You see, snacks may seem small, but over time they add up, especially when they're hiding ingredients that sap your energy, inflame your joints, and rob your muscles of the nutrients they need to stay strong. The truth is, some snacks don't just affect your waistline, they affect your entire body. They make it harder to stand, harder to walk, harder to live the life you deserve. And for seniors, this isn't just about health, it's about freedom. The freedom to move, to connect, to enjoy every moment without pain holding you back. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept weakness as part of getting older. This video isn't about drastic diets or impossible rules. It's about making smart, simple choices that protect your body and give you back the power to live fully. We're going to talk about 3 specific snacks many seniors reach for thinking they're harmless, that could actually be draining your strength faster than you realize. And more importantly, I'll show you what to do instead. Because aging doesn't mean giving up your strength. It means choosing to keep it. Let's begin. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Walter, 72 years old, used to be a carpenter, strong hands, proud back. He loved working in his garden, building birdhouses, and taking long walks with his wife along the river. But over time, those walks got shorter. The birdhouses sat unfinished on his porch. His joints ached, his energy dipped by mid-morning, and he found himself canceling plans more often than not. He thought it was just age. That's what everyone said. "You're getting older, Walter. It happens." But then one day his granddaughter came for a visit. She looked at him, eyes full of love and worry, and asked, "Papa, are you eating the same things every day?" It was such a simple question, but it stuck with him. So he started paying attention, not just to what he ate for meals, but to the little things in between. The snacks he grabbed when his stomach growled between breakfast and lunch, the treats he reached for while watching TV, the sugary drinks he thought were keeping him going. And something changed. Not overnight, but slowly, like the sun rising after a long, cloudy winter. His energy came back. His steps felt lighter. He could finally finish that birdhouse, Walter didn't discover some miracle cure or secret supplement. He simply realized that what we eat shapes how we feel and how we age. So I want to ask you now, what if your fatigue isn't just about age, but what you're feeding your body? What if your stiffness isn't just wear and tear, but a sign your muscles are missing something essential? What if the key to feeling stronger is already sitting in your pantry? Because here's what we often forget. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. It tells your body how to move, how to heal, how to stand tall again. And soon I'm going to show you exactly which snacks may be working against you and why. Let's dive in. Let's talk about something most of us don't think about until it starts slipping away: nutritional strength after 70. You know how your house creaks a little more with time? The floorboards groan when you walk across them. The hinges stick in the morning cold. It doesn't mean the house is falling apart. It just needs care, attention, and the right kind of maintenance. Your body is no different. At this stage in life, every bite of food becomes more important than ever. Not because you suddenly need to count calories or follow strict rules, but because your body is changing, and it needs different support than it did at 50 or even 60. Think about this. As we age, our metabolism slows down. Our muscles start to lose mass. Our bones become more fragile. And yet, many seniors are still eating the same way they always have. Sometimes not getting enough protein, sometimes filling up on things that give short bursts of energy but leave the body hungry for real nourishment. Does this sound familiar? Maybe you've noticed yourself feeling tired by mid-morning? Or your arms feel heavier when you lift groceries? Perhaps you're not sleeping well at night, and you can't quite figure out why. It might not be just aging. It might be what you're feeding your body. There's a woman named Marjorie who once told me she thought she was just getting old. She used to love going to her church group, playing cards with friends, and walking her dog around the neighborhood. But over time, those walks became harder, and she started skipping gatherings altogether. One day, her daughter gently asked, "Mom, are you eating enough?" That question hit her like a whisper from the past. So Marjorie started paying attention, not just to how much she ate, but to what she was eating. She added more lean proteins, fresh vegetables, and healthy fats into her meals. Slowly, she felt stronger. Her balance improved. Her confidence came back. She didn't reverse time, but she reclaimed her energy. And that made all the difference. Have you ever felt like this too? Like maybe you're not weak, you're just missing something your body quietly needs? Because here's the truth. Nutrition isn't just about staying thin or avoiding illness. It's about staying strong, standing tall, and living fully, no matter your age. And now let's take a closer look at the everyday snacks that may be quietly working against you. Let me ask you something deeply personal. Have you ever noticed how your body feels when you're lonely? Not just alone, but truly lonely. That quiet ache behind the ribs, like something inside is missing. The way your shoulders slump a little more. How even walking to the mailbox can feel heavier than usual. You might not think of loneliness as a health issue, but science does. Because here's what we now know. Emotional well-being and physical strength are deeply connected. When we feel isolated or disconnected, it doesn't just hurt our hearts emotionally, it affects our actual heart, our immune system, even our muscles. There's a gentleman named Henry who once told me, "After my wife passed, I stopped cooking. I stopped caring about meals. I thought I was just grieving. But then I started falling. Once, twice, and I realized I wasn't just sad. I was weak." He wasn't alone in that experience. So many seniors, especially after losing a spouse or moving away from family, begin to eat less, snack more, skip meals entirely. It starts small, but over time, it takes a toll. Not just on mood, but on mobility, balance, and energy. And yet, the opposite is also true. When we feel connected, when we laugh with friends, share stories, sit down for a meal with someone who knows us, our bodies respond. We stand taller. Our steps feel lighter. Even pain feels more manageable. That's because feeling good emotionally helps us stay strong physically. So I want to ask you now, have you noticed how your body responds when you feel truly at peace? When you're surrounded by love, or even just enjoying a quiet moment of gratitude, your body hears that. And it remembers. Because aging isn't just about what we eat or how much we move. It's also about how we feel. And sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for our strength is simply to feel seen, loved, and connected again. Let's keep going. And now let's talk about one of the biggest threats to senior strength you may not have considered. Let's talk about something powerful, yet often overlooked. It's not a magic pill or a strict diet. It's not something you have to buy or chase after. It's this: the small things you do every day. Because when it comes to staying strong as we age, consistency matters more than intensity. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing something gently and regularly that helps your body feel better. Think of it like tending a garden. You don't need to replant the whole thing overnight. Just a little watering, some weeding, and time in the sun can bring it back to life. So what are those small habits that truly make a difference? First, let's start with movement. Not exercise in the gym sense, but gentle, daily motion. Try walking for just 10 minutes after meals, or stretching while watching the morning news. These tiny shifts keep your muscles awake, your joints lubricated, and your balance sharp. Then, hydration. So many seniors confuse thirst with hunger and reach for snacks when their body is actually asking for water. Start your day with a warm glass of lemon water. Keep a bottle nearby. Your body will thank you. And then there's mindful eating. No need to overhaul your entire diet. Just begin by noticing how food makes you feel. Swap one processed snack for something fresh. A handful of almonds instead of chips. A piece of fruit instead of a sugary pastry. You don't have to be perfect, just intentional. There was a woman named Ruth who once told me she started her day with 5 minutes of deep breathing and a short walk around her porch. Within weeks, she noticed less stiffness, more energy, and even a lighter mood. She didn't change her whole life. She changed just enough. So I want to ask you now, what's one small change you could try this week? Not tomorrow, not next month. Just one small step toward feeling stronger again. Because sometimes the smallest habits grow into the biggest transformations. Let's keep going. And now, let's dive into the heart of today's topic. There's a quiet truth many seniors come to understand. Strength isn't just in the body, it's also in the soul. As we grow older, life begins to shift. The days no longer revolve around building careers or raising children. Responsibilities ease. But with that ease often comes a question: what am I here for now? That question can feel heavy, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, finding your purpose later in life can be one of the most powerful things you do for your health, for your mind, your heart, and even your muscles. Because when you feel like you matter, your body remembers how to stand tall again. Let me tell you about a man named Samuel. At 78, he felt like his life had settled into silence. His wife was gone, his kids were busy with their own lives, and he spent most days watching the clock. He wasn't sick, but he wasn't alive either. Then one day, he volunteered at a community garden, just once a week. And something shifted. He found joy in planting seeds and watching them grow. He met people who smiled when they saw him. He started walking more, eating better, even sleeping through the night. He didn't become young again, but he became present again. And that presence gave him strength. You see, aging well isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about embracing meaning. Whether it's tending a garden, writing letters to old friends, mentoring someone younger, or simply sitting in stillness each morning with gratitude, those moments matter. They shape how you feel, how you move, and how you live. So I want to ask you now, What do you want the next chapter of your life to feel like? Because this part of your journey, this golden season, is not about slowing down. It's about deepening. And sometimes all it takes is one small shift to remind your body and your spirit that you are still strong, still needed, still growing. Now, let's turn to the heart of today's video, the 3 snacks that may be quietly draining your strength. Let's take a quiet moment together. You've made it this far, not just through this video, but through life, through joy and loss, through strength and struggle. You've carried so much, and now in this chapter, you're choosing to listen, to learn, to care. And that means something. Because aging doesn't have to mean slowing down for good. It doesn't have to mean weakness, confusion, or watching life from the sidelines. Aging can also mean wisdom, resilience, and the deep, quiet power of making choices that honor your body and soul. Today, we talked about more than snacks. We talked about how the little things shape how we feel. The foods we eat, the people we connect with, the small habits we build, and the purpose we carry into each new day. You are not too old. You are not done yet. Your body still listens when you care for it. Your heart still beats with hope. Your strength is still waiting, just beneath the surface, for you to call it back. This isn't about perfection. It's about intention. It's about choosing. One bite at a time, one step at a time, to live with dignity, energy, and joy. So if today was the first day you truly thought about what fuels your body, or if it was the day you decided to try one small change, you should be proud, because that's how transformation begins. Not with a dramatic overhaul, not with fear or shame, but with love, with care, with the belief that you still matter, and that every day is another chance to live well. This is your time. Start now, even if it's slow, even if it's quiet. Every small step is still yours, and every step brings you closer to the life you deserve. Thank you for being here. Now go nourish your body, and never stop believing in your strength. Before we part ways for now, I want to invite you into a quiet moment of reflection, because something inside you brought you here today, not just curiosity, but a deeper desire, a wish to feel better, to live stronger, to make choices that honor the life you've lived and the life you still want to live. So I'd like to ask you, what was one thing in this video that made you think differently today? Was it the way nutrition shapes your strength more than you realized? Was it the idea that loneliness can affect your body as much as your heart? Or maybe it was the story of someone like Walter or Ruth, and how one small shift helped them stand tall again. Whatever it was, hold on to that thought. Let it sit with you through the day, because those moments of awareness are where change begins. Now, I also want to ask you, what small change will you try starting tomorrow morning? Maybe it's choosing a better snack. Maybe it's stepping outside for a short walk. Or maybe it's simply reaching out to someone, a friend, a neighbor, a loved one, just to say hello. Whatever it is, take that step, even if it feels small, especially if it feels small, because this journey isn't about giant leaps. It's about gentle, consistent choices that add up to a life full of strength, joy, and meaning. And you don't have to walk this path alone. This channel is more than videos. It's a community, a place for seniors like you to share wisdom, encouragement, and real-life stories that matter. So if this resonated with you, please leave a comment below. Share what touched you. Tag a friend who needs to hear this too. Or simply hit subscribe so we can keep walking this path together, one thoughtful step at a time. Because you are not done yet. Your body still listens. Your heart still hopes. And your strongest days, your most peaceful mornings, your clearest thoughts, your deepest joys are still waiting for you. Let's go find them together.